Thank you very much, Money Plays. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Matt Wiegand. I am a comedian. I wish I was a musician because the intros would go so much better. Every time they bring up a musician, they're like, hey, Money Plays, are you guys ready for some cool jams? And you guys are all like, yeah! Or, hey, Money Plays, you guys ready for some dope beats? And you guys are like, yeah! And they're like, here comes a comedian. Hey, Money Plays, you guys ready for some oddly specific descriptions of dicks? The answer to that is always no. Thanks, one guy. One guy's like, I like dicks, all right. That's on television now. I've been doing comedy for a while. I got my start in comedy in Reno, Nevada, which is exactly as impressive as it sounds. Thanks, guy. It's, moving up to Reno to become a comedian is a lot like moving to Montana to become a boat captain. Those of you who don't get that joke were educated in this state. I like living in Reno, though. I like living in Northern Nevada. That was cool. Because I've lived in a couple places, and Northern Nevada was a lot of fun, you know. It's a lot better than living in other places like Texas. Anybody here from Texas? Yeah, leave. You're not going to like the next 6 minutes. It's not the people, it's not the place of Texas. Texas is very beautiful, you know, but it's the people of Texas because they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Retarded is the word I'm looking for. Because people in Texas, they don't think anything exists outside of Texas. It's its own universe, its own planet, you know? I was living in Texas for a little bit, talking to a guy. He looks at me, he's like, you got a funny accent, son. Where are you from? I said, I'm from Nevada. He was like, Nevada? Part Texas is that? I was like, the northeast side by New Hampshire, sir. He was like, you saying you're from Texas, boy? I'm like, no, sir, I'm not from Texas. He was like, pussy. Later that day, I was talking to a Baptist minister. He said, did you know there are more Southern Baptist churches in Texas than the rest of the world combined? I said, no, sir, I didn't know that. He was like, well, what religion are you, son? I said, I'm a Catholic. He's like, Catholic? You still follow a dogmatic oligarchy completely controlled by the whims of one dictator? I said, yes, sir. He was like, pussy. Everything's bigger in Texas. It's supposed to be a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. Like, sure, cookies in Texas are like Frisbees. I guess they got that going for them. But what about the bad shit in the world? What about like hemorrhoids? Hemorrhoids in Texas are like coffee mugs hanging off their ass, ready to explode. Is the line going to be drawn at hemorrhoids, guys? Because it gets way worse after that. Didn't think I'd get the reaction from the herpes table. You know you have friends when a comedian talks to you and all your friends go, ah! Now let me poke you in the face, ah! That was stupid of me. So, just moved down to Vegas, and I used to work with kids up in Reno. Used to work with kids. Kids are fun. Kids are cute, but kids are also giant assholes. They don't realize this. One time I asked a kindergartner to draw my face. She drew an obese Mario that had been lit on fire. I was like, that's not what I look like. And she goes, yeah, it is. It's incredibly hurtful, kid. Or sometimes they come at you with questions that you don't know how to deal with. One time this kid comes up to me, he's like, Mr. Wiegand, when did God die? I was like, wow, how do I answer this? Better be honest. Well, for me, God died when I was in college and I caught my roommate sleeping with my girlfriend, but it's different for everybody, son. It's different for everybody. My first job when I moved back down to Vegas after getting my degree in political science and international affairs was a construction worker because I minored in irony. And being on the construction site was not a lot of fun, you know, it's tough to pass the time. So I'd look up like internet facts on my phone, whatever, and I just tell them to my construction worker buddies. And one time I said, hey guys, you know starfish don't have brains? And one of my coworkers looks at me and goes, Matt, you're like a circus freak. It's like, what? Why would you say that? He's like, and he says these exact words, because you know stuff about shit. I was like, wow, did the disembodied spirit of Maya Angelou just possess your body? Because that's what poetry sounds like, my friend. Smart people. People who don't know who Maya Angelou is. I couldn't catcall. I was a pretty terrible catcaller. It's one of the things you need to be when you're a construction worker, you know. Sometimes a woman would walk by the construction site and people would drop their shovels and run to the fences and be like, "What's up, baby? What's up, girl? Let's go out. Let's get a drink, girl. What you doing later?" And they'd be like, "Matt, get her. Get her, Matt, get her." I'd be like, "All right, back up. I got this. I got this. Yo, baby. What's up, girl? Is your name Beatrice? Because I'd walk across the inferno for you, but only with Virgil as my guide, because, girl, you ain't that fine." Oh, shit, did he just say a Dante's Inferno joke? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Money Plays. Don't shake your head, sir. It's the smartest shit you've heard all year. It's January 10th. I take my wins when I can get them, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not an impressive man. I'm not an impressive man. I can't pick up on the ladies. Even when I got cool stuff to say. Like, I used to run a charity up in Reno. Last year I raised over $1,000 for Big Brothers Big Sisters, which is pretty cool, you know. But I remember I was up there and I raised it for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I wanted to do another show for a different group, so I thought I'd do the Boy Scouts. Thought I'd do a charity show for the Boy Scouts. Because I was a Boy Scout. I am an Eagle Scout, ladies. And I told that to one of my friends, and she was like, "Matt, you can't do a show for the Boy Scouts." I was like, "Why?" Because she was like, "The Boy Scouts hate gays." I was like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Yeah, Boy Scouts hate the gays." I was like, "Let me explain something to you. Boy Scouts is an organization where a bunch of little boys go gallivanting through the forest with a bunch of other little boys dressed in knee-high socks and kerchiefs. Some of our merit badges include basket weaving and leather work." Wow. Did you get your merit badge? You can go ahead and take that. I'll wait. One time I was in my full Boy Scout uniform at the Hoover Dam, and this Japanese family grabs me and takes pictures of me walking their grandmother across the street. I can just imagine this Japanese family looking at their family album 20 years from now going, "Oh, yes, American Boy Scout. Very gay, very, very gay." Worked a ton of pretty weird jobs. I used to work in an office. And office life is terrible, you know. I used to go into work at 6 a.m. So I ran off of coffee, you know. And one time I walked into the office and the coffee machine was broken. And my boss was like, "Hey, Matt, you better pep up because we got a lot of work to do." And I was like, "I don't know, because my give a shitometer is super low right now." So I go to the coffee machine and it's got this little post-it that says, "Sorry, coffee machine broken, kitty cat smiley face." And I was like, time to murder everybody in the building because that's how I feel right now. My buddy goes, "Matt, no, it's okay. Try this black tea. It's got almost as much caffeine as a cup of coffee." So I read the box and it's like, "Gently nudge yourself out of bed with this warm blend of herbs and spices." And I was like, that's the shittiest advertisement for an energy drink I've ever heard of. If I was gonna make a tea that's gonna wake you up in the morning, on the back of the box it'd say, "Are you ready to make some bad decisions? Well, guess what? One sip of this tea and you'll go on safari on the surface of the moon with Teddy Roosevelt and the entire cast of Gremlins 2. Why? Fuck you, that's why. One sip of this tea and you wake up faster than when your mom tried to pull the covers off you when you had morning wood. Sorry, ladies, this joke only applies to people with dicks." Tea. So believe it or not, I can't say that joke to the ladies and get all of them. But, you know, I feel like if I were trying to pick up on it, no, yeah, his shirt's got weed on it. It's okay. Focus on me now. Focus on me now. I got 60 seconds left. 30 seconds ago. So I can't walk up to a girl and try to hit on her, you know, because I'd be too honest. I'd be too honest with my pickup lines, you know. I'd walk up to a girl and I'd be like this. "Hey, girl, what's up, baby? What are you doing later?" Because my girlfriend left me 6 months ago, and I'm afraid if I go home to an empty apartment, I'm just going to try to cry myself to sleep. Because the only thing that's there is a half-eaten peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Because this men's magazine online that I've been reading a lot to help me get over breakups has been telling me that a big breakfast is very good. So I eat half of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich at the night, then I wake up and eat the other half so I can go to the gym because I feel like if I get a better body, that you're going to come back to me. But the thing about it, if I get a better body and you come back to me, aren't you very shallow inside? But really, it doesn't matter because the hole in my heart is so big that I just want somebody to fill it. I mean... My name's Matt. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.